Hello, my dear students. I am L.K. Tripathi, your SST teacher. Dear children, we shall start the new chapter of history, that is chapter 6. The topic is colonialism and changes in urban patterns. Dear students, we shall discuss now. Before starting this chapter, when Megasthenes visited India during the rule of Chandragupta Maurya, he left behind accounts on the layout of the city of Patliputra. He mentioned the royal place made of wood as well as a staircase that was bound to the first story of the building. He also made observations on the houses in the urban centers as well as those in the outskirts, claiming that the untouchables lived outside the city limits. When the British planned Indian cities, they designed them along ports with big buildings, municipality, offices, markets, big bungalows, and clock towers, where a large number of people could be accommodated. What are such cities called in modern times? Name 5 port cities of India. We shall find in modern era what types of buildings are known nowadays, which were available in the early decades. In this chapter, we will try to find answers to the following questions. What happened to the old cities in India during the colonial rule? How were the new cities that came up different from the older ones? How were the new cities governed and administered? How was Delhi a thriving city during the time of Shah Jahan, destroyed after the revolt of 1857 and then rebuilt in the 1930s? These are some questions related to this chapter, which answer we shall find further. First, urbanization and deurbanization. What is urbanization? First of all, we shall come to know. Urbanization is the process by which cities develop due to various reasons. That is known urbanization. Means any place which develop largely with all sorts of goods, materials, facilities and modernity, that is known the urbanization. In this process, a sizable population migrates and settles down in cities. Deurbanization is just the opposite of urbanization. It happens when cities no longer remain a good option for trade, commerce, social, cultural and political activities. As a result, people are forced to leave cities and migrate back to villages. Now, let us see deurbanization in colonial India. ब्रिटिश रूल में हम डीअर्बनाइजेशन देखते हैं. ड्यूरिंग द मुगल पीरियड Cities were established in the Indian subcontinent around important trading centers, ports, political and religious centers. With the change in the dynamic of power in the 18th and 19th centuries, many of the older cities began to decline. The reasons for this were varied. मुग़ल पीरियड में बहुत सारे सिटीज़ इस्टेब्लिश की गई इंडियन सब कॉन्टिनेंट में। यहाँ से इम्पॉर्टेंट ट्रेडिंग एक्टिविटीज़ को परफॉर्म किया जाता था। लेकिन 18 और 19 सेंचुरी में बहुत सारे पुराने शहर जो है ख़त्म हो गए। इसका रीज़न था बहुत सारे वेरिड for declining of the territories. Decline of old administrative centers. The centers under the governor and chiefs previously lost their importance due to withdrawal of royal patronage. With the defeat of Nawab Sirajuddaulah of Bengal in the Battle of Plassey, for example, his capital Murshidabad, which had been an important urban center till that time, lost its charm. Thereafter, the EEIC's new capital, Calcutta, became more important. With the change of political power, the old urban centers were deserted and new centers took their place. In this way, de-urbanization took place. Emergence of new trading centers. The best example of this was the city of Surat. You would remember that in the 17th century, it was the most important center of overseas trade in the Mughal Empire. However, with the establishment of Bombay as the main port, Surat lost its importance in the 19th century. Similarly, Machilipatnam was a thriving port in the 19th century. However, its importance gradually declined as more and more overseas trade shifted to the new port towns of Chennai, Bombay and Calcutta. Decline of industries and handicrafts. We have seen that colonial rule led to the decline of many traditional industries such as textiles. Many older towns which earlier thrived on such industries declined. One of the best examples is the city of Dhaka. Dhaka was also declined. So this is the example of decline of the industries. Establishment of new modes of transport. By the late 19th century, the building of railways led to the decline in the importance of many of the older towns in two ways. Number one, the railways changed the older trade routes sometimes bypassing the old cities. Number B. Railways were meant to connect colonial cities with each other, facilitate movement of troops, and carry goods meant for export to ports. As a result, many old towns lost their importance. In this way, we can say many of the urbanization and de-urbanization activities took place during this period, and many cities rose prominently in the era. So many literary sources what we find, like survey reports, official records, and accounts on urban architecture and planning during the British period. Non-literary or archaeological sources are also available, like numerous structures and monuments built in presidency towns and other cities. Some of the most remarkable monuments and structures of this period include, what are they? They are the Gateway of India, the Victoria Terminus, nowadays that is Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus, Victoria Memorial in Kolkata, Vice Regal lodges and colonial buildings in Shimla and other hill stations. The famous buildings in Delhi, collectively known as the Lutyens Delhi. These were built under the supervision of the architects Edwin Lutyens and Herbert Baker. So many sources of information we have found for the establishment of urban center and destruction of urban centers. Not only the earliest traces of urbanization in the Indian subcontinent can be traced back to the Harappan civilization. The Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan built a city in Delhi in 1639. It was named Shah Jahanabad. It consisted of a fort palace complex and the city adjoining it. In September 1803, the British occupied Delhi after defeating the Marathas. So many facts are there in this chapter, which we shall study in the next video explanation. They will be about the Red Fort of Delhi, Viceroy's residence in Shimla, monumental remains of medieval cities of Shahjahanabad in Old Delhi. All these types of facts we shall come to know in the next explanation. Till then, goodbye.